Good morning. Good morning. Are you there? Am I here? Sun's just come out again. Result. Isn't that funny? It's been overcast right up until this moment. As soon as we went live, out came the sunshine. That's a good omen. Good morning, everybody. Come on in. Is my microphone on? Is my peg still working? Yes. Good morning. There you go. I've just seen Jane. There you go. It's so far away. It's so far away. The glasses just make it even more fuzzy. So there's no point in barking at me because I can't read it anyway. Just be nice to me. Be kind to me. It's been a long week. It's good to see you. It's good to have your company. Come on in. You're going to enjoy today. You're really going to enjoy today. I've spent the last 2 hours really just chilling out. I got up really early because I thought, having given you homework, I thought, well, you know, what kind of a teacher's this if she hasn't even done it? So, so I got up at stupid o'clock and I settled in to my homework, and then I settled into getting ahead of you so that we can really have a good morning. Hello, come on in. It's great to have your company. Welcome to the SHAC. Is everybody there? Have you got your pencils? Have you got your pens? Have you got your colouring pencils today? Get your colouring pencils out because I want to add some colour. We're going to inject some colour into our Japanese creation. Be lovely. Just a couple of basic tricks. Just a little splash of colour, a little flash of something. Je ne sais quoi. Come on in. Good morning. Grab a chair. What's the time? 9:57. It's always good to be early. My dad taught me that, and my mum. Always good to be early, isn't it? So welcome to the party. Welcome to the Daily Doodle. Welcome to the, what's this called? It's like a yoga workout for the mind, isn't it? Hey? Come on in. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grab your seats and get your doodles ready. We've had quite a nice week in Japan. Beautiful place. How'd you get on with the cherry blossoms yesterday? Come on, it's a little flower with 5 petals. If you can draw a geisha and you can draw a hot air balloon and you can draw a kite, I'm sure you can draw a flower with 5 petals. Come on in. Come on in. There are no experts in this building. There are no experts in this building. 9:59. It's good to have your company. It's Friday already. Can you believe that's 5 weeks? 5 weeks we've been hanging out together every day, Monday to Friday at 10 o'clock. Interesting. How time flies, eh? Come on in. Good morning. It's good to see you. Welcome to the SHAC. We all know what that stands for now, don't we? Just in case there are some newcomers in the building, safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. So during our pandemic, what we're trying to do is just calm our minds, clear our heads. It hasn't gone away. I don't know. It occurred to me this morning, I think because it's been going on for such a long time now, relatively speaking, it's almost like not an acceptance around it, but the shock, you know, the shock, the realization, the incredulity, all that seems to have calmed down, doesn't it? It's like there's an element of acceptance around it now. But I think we mustn't forget what's going on, lest we become complacent. So I think you and I are doing the right thing, hanging out together. And I'm really glad that we meet first thing. I mean, 10 o'clock is 10, you know, my day starts earlier than that, but it takes me this long to get my act together. And, you know, like I'm having a bad hair day today. If I had to put it up one more time, I was going to cut it off. So, you know, I have to get up early. Come back, hairdressers. You can come back now. Come on, Karen. Right, is it 10 o'clock? Yes, it is. Good morning. Here we go. Come on in. Welcome. Welcome to the SHAC. All set for another hour, maybe a little bit less, of relaxating. What the heck is relaxating? Relaxation. We're going to relax. We're going to chillax. We're going to put all our concerns to the side, and we're going to concentrate on our doodle. We've got our pens, have we? I've got my stash. I've got my rubber, my eraser. I've got some pens. I've got my glasses, otherwise I'm doomed. Where are my Dame Edna's, just in case? My really, like my magnifiers. Right. Let me see. I was watching that craft show the other day, you know, where they take old tired chairs and things and they take them to this shed. Can't remember what it's called. Very, very good. I love this program, and it's a very emotional program, isn't it? And then they rebuild these families' heirlooms. It's really fantastic program. And but I noticed that the experts, they've got like 3 pairs of glasses. They've got glasses on glasses on glasses, and I thought, there you go. We're not alone, people. That's what artisans do. We need magnifiers. Right, so welcome to the Daily Doodle session at the SHAC. Yesterday and the day before, we've been in Japan. Now, if you're new to the fold, what you can do is go to our website, claritystamp.com, and you can catch up. You know, you can catch up anywhere. I know some of you yesterday got frustrated because I was going too fast. I can't go any slower than I was going. I apologise if it's too fast. However, you don't have to go live with me. You don't have to keep up with me. We record this. It all gets put into a folder. You can go right back to number 1 from 5 weeks ago, and you can follow our development. It's actually quite nice to see how far we've come. Do you realise how far we've come in our doodleology here? It's quite amazing. And when I look at your artwork that you're posting on Clarity Worldwide, on Facebook Clarity Worldwide, wow, impressive. But you know what? In essence, that's not the purpose of this. This is not a masterclass. This is not me. I'm just showing you a few tricks and tips, right? This is not a paid workshop. This is us hanging out together as friends, doodling together, okay? And so don't ever feel pressured that there's some kind of performance thing here. I don't want to feel pressured any more than you do. You know, there's enough pressure going on outside without us laying it on thick because we can't get the geisha's dress right, the kimono right. Come on, reality check. However, if you do want to do the geisha, this is what I was saying. You can go to claritystamp.com and you'll find a download. It's right in the middle of the front page or the home page, and you can download this lovely geisha, and then she will be your starting place. And this is where we've gone this week. It's taken a while, hasn't it? It took a day just to sort her shape out. And a few boulders to stand her on. But you know what? It's okay because we're building a lovely picture. Now, where is the one? Hang on. This is, right, ready? So this is where we're at. This is where we're supposed to be at now. And this is where I'd like to go with you today. Okay. So this is lovely, isn't it? I'm pleased with that. And you'll see that I've added a little flash of colour. So we'll do that. I've got a lovely Japanese sunset there too, or a sunrise, depending on what day you want to call it, what time of the day it is. Got a few butterflies we're going to do. We're going to put the tree in now. So if you did your homework, then you will have done those cherry blossoms from yesterday. So just a quick recap. We had her ready. Are you ready to go? I'd love to get started. So what we're going to do is then we're either going to draw around our cereal bowl, aren't we? Or soup bowl, Or I used one of our nested circle dies, because a lot of us have got those. I used the largest one, only because it just fitted right. So I did that. Then we put circles everywhere, didn't we? We did a kind of a rough tree. Then we put the circles. Then we inked up the flowers. However, what we don't want to do is put the pen round the outside until we've put the tree in. So now we're going to join up all the area. And like I said, and I'll say it again, this isn't a race. I'm going to go at the pace I'm going to go. If I go too fast for you, then stop and just watch, drink your tea, don't stress, don't bark at me. It doesn't help because I can't read it anyway because the screen's so far away. And then afterwards, you can do it in your own time and you can enjoy it like I did at 6 o'clock this morning. It really does calm you down. Cool, can you hear my tummy? Right, ready? Quick sip of tea. And now I've done my blossoms. Have you? Come on in, grab a seat. I think I'll take my number 1 pen. And what I want to do now, because I haven't done the outside yet, you've got to put the old the branch and the trunk in first before you can put the outside in. Because when you look, you'll see that it's all. Let's have a look up close so you can see exactly. Isn't that pretty though, the colours? I haven't used loads of colours, but you see when you go in, let it focus. You see how the tree is in front of the pattern. So we have to pen all that before we can put the ring round the outside, the frame, don't we? Right, you ready? Building our picture. Let's go from the top so you can see. Now, do you remember yesterday? What we need is we need to take our pen and hold it upright like this. Look, if you hold it like that, and as you go round, what you'll see is rather than holding it like a pen like you usually do, hold it like this, and then it will jiggle as you go. And you can always encourage a jiggle, okay? So, right, I'm going to start at the bottom because we've always said up until now that you should pull your pen towards you. You get a nice smooth effect. And now I'm actually pushing it. You see, let me put this camera on, see if that helps. Right, so now, and it doesn't matter if you stop either because you may want to stop and have a look because it's all jiggly. What I've got to do now is go through here. Right, here we go. Round I go, and I've got to join up all these clusters of flowers. See, and then I can just sweep it off to the edge. So then this one, so you can look at where you're going. There you go. I'm going to come round here. This is going to get thinner, isn't it, as it goes? That's it. I won't even worry about that bit. Then that's hanging on there by a thread. And then we're going to come round here. Oh, I missed a petal there. Right, and then there you go. That's it. That's that bit done. You see? Right, and then we're going to come round again. Okay, hold your pen up straight. I'm going to do this. This is my branch now. Okay, I just realised as I was going round, I've missed a few stamen. So I can do that while I'm on it. My pen's a bit tired. Let me find another one. In my pen's defence, it has been going like the clappers for a... I'm going to go over that again, that's better. It has been going like the clappers for 5 weeks now. Right, so now this one, I'm going this way. So I've got to travel over to that one there. From there. I've got a little bit of a cluster going on here, so to speak. So what I'm going to do is come up this way first. Let's have a look, and then I want to go there. So it's like a bit of a jigsaw puzzle. I did draw it in roughly. Now I've just got to figure out where I'm going. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go round there and off to there. And then this one. You concentrate on your path, where you're going with your... Here we go, let's come down here so you can see it. And I don't go off the page. Right, so I'm going to come round here now. I'm going in there now. Right, so this branch, quite a thick one. but it's going to go off up there like that. There you go. Right, that'll do. So now I've got a bit of a thing going on here because I've got that branch there and that branch there, but that one I've gone wrong. So, okay, so if I go up there, okay, so that's what I'll do. I'll go up there now. Right, this is easy enough. Do you know, it gets so busy in the end, you can't see what's right and what's wrong anyway. Right, so we'll come down there and I'm going to join this one up like so. See? Now this one, I've got to stop for a minute. Oh yeah, no, that's easy. So I'll go to there and then I'll come back up again. There we are. Because obviously they need to be a bit thinner, don't they? Oh, I forgot to mention. Good morning, Steve. Our good friend Steve is in the building with us today. And when I say he's in the building, it's a virtual building. I am very on my own in here. There isn't anybody helping me with the cameras. Steve is he's home, he's safe. And what he's doing is, he's in the Facebook group with you all, so that if you have any questions, you can ask him. But he can't control the cameras. All he can do is answer questions if you're looking for something. But he's not in the room with me. He's in the virtual Facebook room with you. Right, so I think that I've pretty much, if I had to colour this in now, I'd have to come up there, brown, 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 brown. That would work. Yeah, that's perfect. Do you see? And then if you've got a couple of little, see, it's nice because you can make a couple of little flicks at the end. There you go. Okay, I've got mine. Have you followed your path? Have you got your tree? You could always do a bit more over here. If you felt it looked a little bit, you know, like cut off, as if Dave's been at it with his with his trimmer. He's come along with a bit of vegetation control. Then you could always add another flower there and bring it in over here, you know, or you could just do a little whisper like that. Look, there you go. Couple of leaves, no buds. Or maybe one little bud at the end there like that. Boom. There you go. And straight away, that doesn't look so as if Dave's been at it, does it? Right. Oh, hang on. There's a little petal hanging off there. There's one there. That'll do. There you go. You can always add it afterwards. That's not an issue. There we go. Everybody happy? Is this working? Let me just check, just in case somebody wants to text me because the volume's died or something's gone wrong. Let me just see. Is everything all right? Just somebody give me a sign. You know, it's quite a challenge being in here on my own and then finding out afterwards. Now, challenge isn't the right word. Stressful is the word that I was looking for. It's quite a stressful experience finding out after the fact that I wasn't in the picture, or the sound went off, or you know what, I really need just a little bit of support from outside. So somebody just send me a message or a text saying that it's all fine, or if there's something wrong, tell me, and then I can adjust it. There you go. I'm putting some boulders in here with my number 1 I should have used, but that'll do. Okay, so I've got my boulders in. I've got my tree there. Boulder. Nice. All good, all good, good. I've just had about 6. Look. Hazel, Steve Ellen, Paul Church and Jim Malloy, I love you. All of them just said, yeah, it's all fine, perfect. Now, let's have a look where we're going. Because I had this moment at about 7 o'clock this morning, I thought, do you know what would be nice? Is instead of filling all my boulders here with patterns, I thought it would look really nice if I took the 3 or 4 colours that I've used and put them in here, almost like a little colour swatch, you know? Just a thought. I like colour swatches, you know, like a little band down the side with the little stripes of the colours that you've used. I always think that looks so attractive. Right, let's keep going. Are we happy with this? So now the next thing we need to do, now we've done that, we need to take our bowl, whatever it is you used before, and we want to put the ink work in now. So hold it over where you were before and my suggestion is, whether you're using a ring, whether you're using, whatever it is you used last time. Why are my hands so clammy? Right, excuse my head if it comes over the top, because I'm going to stand up to do this. Here we are. Right, so I'll pop that in. I'll put that where the sleeve is, because there's no ring there. There. And I'll just pop this in place so it doesn't move. My masterpiece. Are we on this, guys? Right, there you go. So you've got that, or you've got your bowl, whichever works for you. And now we need our pen. So I'm going with my number one. And I'm going to make the artwork come to me. I find this a lot easier. Look, it's not stapled to the table. So I'm going to come through here. I'll start somewhere where you can't see the join, all right? So I'm going to come through. Now, have I got this in the right place? Hang on a minute. Oh, grey. Couldn't be really more straightforward, could it? Grey. Right, now, so I'm going to start up here and I'm going to come into number 3, so that way I haven't got to worry about my head, the back of my bad hair day head. Right, so I'm coming through here now, and I've got to concentrate a little bit, because what I want to do is everywhere where there's a bit of branch or a blossom, I've got to stop. And then I jump across. What I could do, so that I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak, I could come along on the inside at the same time, and then I've only got to go around once, haven't I? Right. How are you doing? Let me just check. So I'm going to go from here. Takes a little bit of concentrating, this one. So you just got, when you get to a leaf, just stop. Or a branch. Oh, hang on, I've got a bit of a judder going on. Right, see? Turn it round. You can see this, can't you? Right, so you go like that. Like that. Mind her knitting needles, her head things. Come on the inside as well. I've got to concentrate, I don't want to get it wrong. Right. Turn it round. Okay, and then we're going to come round this bit, because this is the bit round the bag of a kimono. That'll work. Take your time, really, isn't it? Right, now what have we got here? Right, okay. So now, all right, I'm going to move this. Get that out of the way. Okay, so now I've got to come all the way around here. So I've just got to make sure that the ink is in. Okay, so we're going to start there, in for a penny, in for a pound, round we go. I can always add a little bit of detail, and then it comes up there and it stops there, because that's where that flower is. And then this one comes round the side like that. There's nothing going on there. That's the long length, and then you stop at the leaf. Right, so when I take this away, see if I've missed a bit, I can always go back and add it, can't I? Just there. But that's all right, I can just add that with my hand. See? Oh yeah, there's a bit there. There. Perfect. There you go. Boom. Who says? You see? And now, we've been doing this for weeks, you know. We've been doing this for weeks. This, when you think about it, when we did the kite, when we did the, I'm going to leave my artwork so you can see it while I'm waffling. When we did the kite, when we did the hot air balloon, all those things that we did, yeah, you can use your rubber now to take out your pencils. You don't need this now. All the time, it's all about the sequence, isn't it? It's what comes first. It's whatever's at the front needs to be down first, doesn't it? But we can use our pencils to put things in place, right? So you can always put things in place with your pencil, like we've done here. And then once you're happy with the position, then you just work out the sequence of the inking. So... but it works really well. You just got to think it through, really. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so Now we're going to rub out all the pencil work so we can see exactly what we've got, because the pencils, you see, when you rub it out, you think, oh, hang on a minute, I haven't got my stamen in. Because they're done in pencil, you've missed them. So that's all right, we can jazz that up in a minute. Let's just do this. No race. There's no race. Are you enjoying this? I got a real sense of accomplishment. When I came away from this one, I thought, cool, they're going to love this. They're going to love this. When you get this done, you'll be so happy. I decided to simplify it because we were going to do a water house. I thought, now we need to get back on the plane and come back from Japan. We've been here a week now. That'll do. So I thought, now we'll do a sunrise or a sunset, because that's very Japanesey, isn't it? Right. Now, let me see. What did I want to tell you today? Today is Friday. Therefore, today, for all you Parchers out there, your next groovy download installment is ready for you. So that will be going out in an email. If you signed up to the newsletter, that will be coming out to you imminently. I think this afternoon, usually Stuart does it. And then Steve will know. He'll be able to tell you the detail on that, because he's involved with that as well. And then you've got a whole week to get your teeth into that one. And the nice thing is that we're using the same Tina Cox plates, which are very, very useful for that project too. So that's something to look for. Now, while I'm letting you do your rubbing out and catch up a bit, I'm going to just go in and put some detail on here. Just where I've rubbed it out now, I can see that I've missed some bits. Okay? Yeah, so the Groovy download is going to be available in a newsletter here imminently, or you can go to Groovy Worldwide, because that's our other platform. We've got two big ones on Facebook, two groups. We've got Groovy Worldwide, which is for parching, and then we've also got Clarity Worldwide, which is where all the stampers and the inky people go. So that's where we've all been hanging out, us doodlers, because we've been putting our lovely artwork and what we've been making together. We've been putting our makes up there, and so it's just a community of like-minded people, really, that are all on the same journey. And we've all been in Japan for a week now. It's been really good, actually. Real big learning curve. Lots of little tricks and tips, really. Just put my stamen in. I hadn't realised that they weren't. How you doing? All right. There you go. Because you can see when you rub them out, you can see whether they were penned or... Yeah, no, that was penned-ish. I have to thicken it up a bit. So we've done loads, actually, this week. See, now what you can do as well, when you've got to this point, you've got that in. Do you remember we were doing the border as well? So on my finished one, I'll show you it. Let's have a look. You can see I went round just like I showed you, but I can't put that in until I've done the outside, really. It would be too tricky the chances of meeting it were too slim. So I decided I'd do it now, and then I'd leave it for you, but you can see what we did was we did a lines like this, didn't we? Let's just recap this one, because this is a really beautiful frame. But you know what I was saying earlier about it's about sequence. So here we go. So we go like that, a bit ropey. It's only because I'm going too fast. The trick is to slow down. When it starts going wrong, this is also, I find this with parchment. When it starts to go wrong, it's usually because I'm going too fast. So then I have to slow the whole process down and get right into the actual nib. See, and when I start doing this, and I'm focusing, so my head is in sync now with my hand, rather than 5 seconds ahead of it, which is rubbish. When my head's 5 seconds ahead of my hand, I mean, really, what chance has it got? It's no good, is it? See? This is cool. So you go like that. And then when you get to the flowers, you've got to use your imagination now. So this is like, okay, you can't see it. It's there, it'll be there, there, forget it, there, that'd be good, there. See, so it's just like an illusion now, isn't it? Put one there. Round we go. If you're watching, do me a favour and just like, follow and share. I'm not drawing, I'm just pretending that would be where it would be, just to get a real space. Like, follow and share this doodle shack, what we're doing here. Because I honestly, what I was saying earlier, when I said about not that we're getting complacent, we're not. There's no way we're getting complacent, right? But you understand what I mean, how it's becoming the norm. It's this whole crazy, tragic, carnage pandemic thing that we're caught up in is suddenly becoming our normal. And I think it's important, if that's the case, that we gather up some other people and we get them thinking, realigning their thoughts. This isn't the normal. This isn't the normal. I hope to God it's not the new normal. You know, this too shall pass. Of course it will. We just don't know when it will pass. But in the interim, we have to stay safe, don't we? And this is a really safe place to be. Every morning at 10 o'clock, Monday to Friday. Right, how are you doing? I'm not going too fast, am I? I'm not going too fast for you? Well, if I am, chill. Just stop, go, she's off on the one again. It's only because I want to get to the colouring. So let's just relax and enjoy the journey, you know. You're not driving the car, I am, and I have to control the speed. And I do my best to keep it quiet and keep it calm. I don't want you to be bored. I want you to keep up with me. So when I suddenly flick to this camera, it's so that several people who are trying to catch up can catch up while I'm waffling, you know. Because somebody said, oh, I want to look at your art, not your face. Well, do you know what? You're looking at my face right now because there are lots and lots of people who are trying to catch up. And that's why I do that. Not because I think you'd enjoy looking at my face. So if you can't keep up, then the secret is to go to YouTube later, once Jim's uploaded it, and there they all are for you. And then you can follow in at your own pace. But what we want to do now, let's have a look here. Now you've caught up a little bit with me. We'll just have another look at a little section of this pattern, right? So let's look very carefully because it is the sequence. We've done the outline, and now what we're going to do is take the 005. We're going to take the 005 pen. See? Let me just, it's 005. There's one, there's loads of different ones. We're going to use the thinnest one to do this. And we want to make sure that we do the right thing. So if we do the line down here, I don't want the line. Watch, we're going to do the V's first. The V's. And then that line. So you do the V's inside and then that line. So you end up with these little like prongs like that. And the reason that we're doing that is because we don't want to put the line through there. Because I've got an idea for that. Right, here we go. So we do the V like that and the line like that. We'll do one more and then you'll see this is a really nice pattern. Now, what we'll do is, with this pattern, there's that, see that little V there? See the little V at the top? What we're going to do is make little lines going this way with the finest. Sometimes you'll be able to get 3 in, sometimes you'll only get 2 in, but it creates the illusion of a shadow, right? So that, when I hold it up really, excuse the fuzz until it focuses, you see, and that's why it's the sequence. You put the V in, then you put the little dash in, and then, yeah? If I was to put that line in straight away, if I put that line in and then did what I did in pencil, the problem there would be that I'd have a line going straight through this bit. I mean, come on, it's not terminal. It's only a little line, but it's not the pattern I want. And so, do you know what the other thing is? It helps you focus. It creates a focal point and it stops your mind wandering because you've got to concentrate on that. And it may help you even if you just nudge out the pencil mark there. That might, if you have a tendency, if your mind tends to wander, then take the pencil mark out in the little V before you carry on. And what you'll find is then you'll go like so, because there's no pencil mark to follow. It's the pencil mark as your false friend at this point, see? Okay, so we've done that. And you'll see as you're going round, especially on the larger flowers, you'll see if there are stamen that you've missed. You can always add them afterwards. So let's have a look where we are now, shall we? How are you doing? It's only past. So we've got our lovely branch. We've got our, we're going to put them in, aren't we? Haven't quite finished that. We can always come back to that though, can't we? The border, because I think a lot of you have probably done that already. What I want to do now is introduce some colour. So let's have a look here and see, because we still need to finish the picture. You know what we're missing? We're missing the butterflies, we're missing the water, see? Huh? We're missing the water and we're missing the sun. So let's do that. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. We need a ruler. Okay. We need a ruler. That's the first thing. Because this is going to be the line. And you can do it in pencil if you're not 100% sure. Or you can go straight in with your I've lost it. Micron pen. Right? You can go straight in with your micron pen. It's up to you. I'm going for it. I'm going with the micron pen. So I think if I can't do this, then there's something wrong. So I'm going to put that there. So it's just a little bit, say about, because you've got to think, you're going to put a big sun in there. I'm going with a cotton reel. Right, so the sun's going to go in there like that. I found a nice big cotton reel in my stash. Right, so that's going to go like that. So that'll be nice. That's lovely. And that gives me a nice room to put a bit of a reflection in the water too. Okay, so get my head out of the way. And again, just like we did with the outside, make sure it's straight though, because water on the wonk is a bit strange. So we're going to go along there like that. I'm using the thinnest one, 005. And then I'm going to come from here. I'm going to come along, slowly does it. And then when I get to the sleeve, I'll stop. There you go. Boom. So there's the water. That's that line there. Do you remember when we were in Italy, how interesting with a little boat and that? So you could put a little boat in, couldn't you? If you wanted to, you could put a little boat in there. That'd be nice too. But I'm sticking. Less is more on this one for me. How are you enjoying this? Are you okay? Is it peaceful? Is it the right speed? Now, let's have a look. I think with this one, I could either go straight in or I could do it in pencil. So I think I'll do it in pencil, and yeah, I think I will. Only because I don't want it to be in the wrong place. I mean, how hard can it be? But oh, come on, Grey. I'm going for it. So that's good. No, I'm not. I'm not, because I want to put it in pencil just in case it's not the right place. Right, I'm going in pencil first. All right. So I hold my, see, make sure I'm on the right side so it doesn't wobble. Make sure I've got it in the right angle where I want it. Make sure it's in the right place. This is the centrepiece now. The geisha just got relegated, didn't she? So let's just see if that's about, I reckon that's about right. And then I'm going to go round, all in one sweep, round to the water and don't go over. That's about right, isn't it? That looks about perfect to me. Yeah, that'll do. Maybe a little bit further down. Don't get hung up. Don't get hung up on it like I am. I'm going for it now. Pen it in, because in a minute we're going for colour. Right. I'm going to stand up for this one. And I'm going to come over the top. And the most important thing is that you don't go through the water, because that really, you're going to have a bright issue if you do that. So come round, go slowly. And then as you come round, you want to almost stop shy of the water rather than go through it. There you go. That'll do. Only a crafter could get that uptight about stuff like that. But you know what? We seek progress, not perfection. All right? This isn't a competition. Nobody's judging your work. This is just purely yoga for the mind. All right? Right, so we've done that. And then what I want to do is rub out the pencil line, because I was a bit ginger about doing the sun. I want to make sure there's no black on my rubber before I rub it out, though. Because how do I know that, do you think? Yeah. Make sure you've got a clean eraser when you do this, because this is in the sky. This is quite unforgiving, this little bit. Okay. Okay. Right, that's done. Okay, sorry. Didn't want to see me, want to see the artwork. I know. Right, so we've got that now. We've rubbed out the thingy, the pencil work, haven't we? And now we're going for the colour. I reckon this is going to be really, really nice. And where we're going to start is here. We're going to start with this little fella, okay? Because the flowers, they will come together beautifully. Oh, I'll tell you what we haven't done yet. Butterflies. Do you want to put a little butterfly in? Come on, then get your pencil out. These are easy. Easy enough, but they do need a bit of practice. They do need a bit of practice. Should we do the butterflies quickly? Come on. Right, so the butterflies, they are, if you actually look from above, and I'll do a large one so that you know what the shape is. I think that'll be a good idea, hey? Do it on here. So the butterfly on the side, on her hand, if that's her, let's say that's her hand like that, right? And then that's the butterfly's, look, there's the little fella there on her hand, right? So what you're going to do is, if that's the butterfly, go about halfway up this stick that you've put on her finger now and put a leaf on there like this, just like that, like a leaf. That's it. Then turn it round and put another little leaf, start again in the centre and put another little leaf behind that leaf, like so. So that's the other, I mean, that's a little bit extreme, right? Maybe not quite so behind. No, forget that. Right, go there. I've gone the wrong way. Hang on a minute. Don't do that. Although that looks all right as a butterfly. What you're looking at is two leaves, right? Ready? So go like that and then come down here and put another leaf there. That's better. Right. Okay. That's her hand and that's her butterfly. So it goes like that, like that, like that and like that. You've got to practice a little bit. And then they've got two little antennae. I remember doing a TV show, and I can't remember which presenter it was, but she kept saying that the butterfly had aerials. And I couldn't correct her. I just couldn't stop laughing. Right. So there you go. They're not aerials. They're antenna. Okay. Like that. Antennae. So now you've got to do that in miniature. And then while we're on it, why don't we do a front on one? So if that's the front on, look, just make a leaf like that, and then another one on that side behind it. Then one like that again, and then another one behind it. And then decide which half you like best, and then rub out, and then copy it. There you go. So that's another little, there's his aerials. Okay. And then you can, if you want to, while you're using a pencil, you can fatten it up a little bit. You can turn it into one of those little butterflies. It's got little tits at the end like that, little bits, not tits. Right, see? Easy. So you figure it out and then put them on there as well. You can add them later. I might add a little one here now, just cause. Let me just add this one here because I really want to get on with the colouring. Okay? I think it would be lovely to end the week on a colourful note, don't you? So there's her little butterfly on there. She's a little bit apprehensive, isn't she? I might put another one here, full on one. There you go. That'll do. When you're happy with the shape, you can always pen it. If you're not happy with the shape, don't pen it. Top tip, that. Top tip. Right. Boom, 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 boom. That'll do. What are we on? 005. Right. Nice and delicate. Up we go, down we go, up we go, down we go. Bling, bling. Right. In the centre. Leaf, leaf. Down, like that. Top one first. Down we go. That'll do. And then aerials. Cool. That'll do. And I put one out there as well, just cause on the original. I just put one out there because I was getting into it by then. But what I'd like to do now is concentrate on this little guy. So now we're going to talk about colour. Okay, you can use any colour in pencils, any colour in pencils. I happen to have 2 sets of colouring pencils that I'm going to use. And these are the ones that we sell at Clarity Stamp. So it's up to you. A lot of parchment experts, use these pencils too. So what we first got, before I throw them all over the floor, we've got these ones, which are, I've been talking about them, the pergoliners, right? So they've got watercolour pencils and they've got blending pencils in them. So these are the pergoliners. They're on our website. If you need a set of pencils, these are good value for money. Then we also have got the polychromos, which are, in my opinion, the Rolls Royce of the colouring pencil world. I've always maintained that, and I still do. You get what you pay for. Right. However, that's not to say that the pergoliners aren't brilliant, because they are. They really are good. It's just, you know, it's like a Rolls Royce versus a Golf. You know, Golf works, but so does a Rolls Royce. Okay, so we've got both sets of pencils, and this is where I'm in my element because I use both. I mix and match them, right? And also, you can use the watercolour. You don't have to add water with water-soluble pencils. The pigment in the watercolour is lovely too. So on the pergoliners, all the A pencils, A for Aqua, they work beautifully on paper too. Okay. So what I did here, actually, in this particular piece of artwork, I used the pergoliners more because I didn't want you to think that I'm pushing you to spend 100 quid on a set of pencils. So, for example, if I take these ones here, those ones, these are, what have I got here, number 9 and number 10 of the blending ones, right? And let me just show you what, this is the first thing I want to do. I just want to use a nice peachy colour to get a blend, right? And what we'll do is, this is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to put down an undercoat. So you're going to use the side of the pencil like that. That's all you're going to do, like that. All you've got to do is try and stay inside the rim. So you use the side of the pencil and you just gently, see this finger here, this one here, this stops me going over the edge. So I go like that, and I'll turn the artwork. It's always good to turn the artwork. And you just go like that, go along there. When you're coming into an area, turn it round. There we are. Turn it round. Make it come to you. Right, so I'm going like that. The other thing is that really is worth knowing and important is our erasers. If you do go over the edge, that's what, make sure it's not black though, right? Thus spake the voice of experience. Make sure it's pink and not black, that you haven't picked a pencil up, right? But you can go, if you go over the edge, it doesn't matter how far you go over the edge, the pink will take it off again. And if what the pink doesn't take, the white will certainly take off. Only thing with the white end of the eraser, it will also lighten the black ink. So that's the only thing that's different. Right, make sure that you're not leaning on a... Right, so let me get into the right camera so you can see what I'm doing. Right, so we can use the side of the pencil, and we've gone all the way around now, because when you look here, you see I'm trying to keep it light in the middle. It's very, very simple. Right, so we just concentrate on the outside like that. And again, if you overcook it in the middle, that's what your eraser's for. Take it out again. So no big shakes. This is a simple. But I do know that a lot of you've bought the postcards and you're all set to start colouring. I think next week we are going to start. Get your postcards at the ready. And we'll get going. But we're not going to give up our doodling. Not a chance. But I think we could start including some colouring, can't we? Right? So we're just going to... Now I'm going to tell you a secret now. The longer you spend, it's like layers. See? That took me about 20 minutes to completion. It took me 20 minutes to do all the blossom, but it took me 20 minutes to do that too. So my point is, if you want to get good at colouring, you work in layers. You work. I'm hardly touching the paper. If you want to get good at colouring, you have to know that it takes time. It takes time. Do you know what? And because I've got under my mat, it's like the Princess and the Pea. On my mat, I've got some scratches. And so as I go around here, it's almost like an etching. I'm getting the scratches off the mat. It's all right, though. If I get the scratches off the mat, it means I'm pressing too hard. So you go round, see? And now I've used the lightest pergaliner I've got, like so. And then I'm going to go to a one that's a little bit darker. The number 9 is a little bit darker. And I'll come in, and it's a little bit yellower as well. So I'm going to come in over the top again. Watch. So now I'm staying a little bit closer to the edge. So just to explain, the lightest one, I've come to about here with it, right? So I go in with the flat of that pencil, and I'm just going to, let me fast forward like that, just to recap. So I'm coming in as far as like there you go, right up to this bit here with the lightest one from the pergoline. Then I can go in with the darker one, and I'll come in, but this time I'm going back over the other colour, but I'm not going to come this far. I'll only come in halfway, right? So now I'm going to come in hard, but I'm not pressing too hard. Because the thing about these pencils is, when you press too hard, they create like a sheen. They're oil-based, you see. Pergoliners, the B pencils, the blending pencils, see the ones that have got B on them? They're the same as the polychromos. And if you press too hard, it creates like a coat. It creates like an oil layer. And then it doesn't matter how hard you press, you're not going to get any more colour through that sheen. You've almost got to take your eraser and loosen it up again in order to be able to continue. So the trick is to take, let me show you what I'm doing. The flat of the pencil, the reason I say flat, I'll make it flat by making a chisel. Now, do you realise that the last 5 weeks we've been doing it all in black, in pencil, HB, 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 shading, shading, shading. And now this is exactly the same, except we're doing it in colour. And I'm using small circular, look, small, I'm going slow now, small circular motions like that. Not pressing too hard, because if I press too hard, I seal it, and that's it, then I'm done. I can't go further. Right, so go like that. Let's have a look. See how it's coming? Now I could take another colour. Let me go into my Faber-Castells, because you can mix these up as well. So the Faber-Castell, you got 60 in this box, which I think is a great combo. Right. So now let me take this colour, and you'll find that the Faber-Castell ones, they're just a little bit, they're like more pigmented. They're just a bit, you'll know immediately when you change from one to the other. But I still maintain that the pergoliners are lovely, and some of the colours in the pergoliners are beautiful too. Let me go to a darker one, like there. Right, I'll go to a darker one. And again, oh, I need a little bit of a chisel. But you'll see, now I'm staying around the edge, you see. And as I stay around the edge, I can get it darker and darker. Look, in this corner now, you'll see. Now, you may say, there's no way I'm going to spend half an hour on a moon. And that's fine, or a sun. But if you want to get that fantastic graduated effect, then that's exactly how it comes. It comes layer after layer after layer. See? So when you turn it round, let's have a look from the top, and you'll see how it's starting to come. Isn't it lovely? And if I want to change the colour to a more orange colour, then I go in, because I haven't pressed hard, I can make my chisel. See how I'm making my chisel over here? So when I say chisel, I'm flattening it so it's not pointed. And then I can go in again with circular motions. Look. I hope you're enjoying this. When you get into this, there is nothing like it. Doodling and colouring for focusing the mind and relaxing. And we said, didn't we, 5 weeks ago when we started, we said that we might as well hone our skills. If we're going to do this, apart from perfect distraction and escapism from whatever's going on out there every morning, why not learn how to do this really, really well? Look, see? So you can see how you can build up your colour like so, right? So that's the first thing. I've gone darker and darker there, showing you how you can build up your colour. Have we got time? Come on, get the pink out. Now, with the pink, what we're going to do is we're going to take, I'm going for these two pinks here. See now, just to make a point, if you look at the pergoliner pinks, there's an A9 and an A10, A for aqua. These are watercolour ones. When you look at the Faber-Castell ones, you got a whole wall of, look, pinks here, right? What have we got underneath? Is there more? See, there's some nice earthy pinks. There's a nice pink as well. There's a good one. That's a cherry blossomy one. But I wanted to explain that the pergoliners, they also work, the aqua colours are lovely and they work beautifully. So it's all about affordability, isn't it? I wouldn't recommend them if I didn't think they were great. And also, the other one that I'm going to use for the leaves is the 15. Yeah, I'll use the 15, and then I'm going to use the 12 for the branch. Are we all right? We're bored yet? Are we happy? So what we're going to do now, this is really easy. This is why this doesn't take so long. I'm not going to concentrate like too hard on this. Look, small circular motions like that, and you're just going to go, I'm not going to make a science out of these. I'm just going to just fill them. Look. So you just go round, lean on something, lean on me, lean on that, right? That's it. And then just go round and colour in your flowers. So you're just going to go in small circular motions, and you can see this doesn't take long. So we've got I've got loads of different pinks going on here. As I go around and I start looking at the detail, I can see where the stamen are missing. But it doesn't matter, I can go in and sort them out afterwards. See? So I can come in here, and we could use a combination of pinks as well. That's quite nice. So I might go to the lighter pink now. When I'm colouring in, I tend to hold my pencils like this, and then I just start using them as I go along. So now, for example, I just go in here, add a bit of pink to that one, add a bit of pink to that one. These are the watercolour ones, aren't they? Yep. Beautiful pink this is. You just want to make sure that you've rubbed out all your pencil work, you know, your guidelines, before you start. That one looks a bit weird because it hasn't got any stamen in it. It's all right. We'll sort that out afterwards. So small circular motions, like that. And you'll see it comes together really quickly when you do this. All the effort that you've made will pay off. And it's your artwork. Do you know that? You didn't stamp this. You drew this. You drew this. That's exciting, I think. This isn't a download. It can't be because I didn't give you a download for this. You drew this. So anybody who told you that you can't draw is wrong. Absolutely wrong. Because I think you clearly proved that you can. See? Isn't it lovely? Isn't it lovely? So I think you should be very proud. My mum and dad, they're on lockdown, and yesterday Steve and Sheila went to see them, and Sheila, bless, Sheila is one of the design team, but she's also my brother's partner, and she's been doodling along. She's very good at art generally, but she went along to mum and dad's yesterday to take them, you know, some food and ironing or whatever. She's helping a lot at the moment, so they both are, and she took her doodle art along to show mum and dad because they don't do Facebook or computers and that. So she took her artwork along. When I spoke to mum last night, she couldn't believe what we're doing. She could not believe that Sheila, because she said, "Wow, Sheila, I didn't know you could draw." Sheila said, "Well, I didn't know I could draw. It's only because Barbara's showing us this and guiding us through it." And my mum said that her work was absolutely exquisite, and I thought, I'm so chuffed. So this green is beautiful. This is number 15. Again, it's a pergoliner, you know. But you'll see when you look above how quickly we're progressing here. Isn't it great? There you go. And then the only other thing is, I know we're going over an hour here, but I really want to show you this. When you get to the tree trunk, use a brown. Let me just show you a trick. So what you want to do is, it's like this, right? I'll show you from the top. It's circles like that, and you stretch the circles. So you go right across, look, like that, and you really lightly, you're going to make an underlayer right now. So I've gone round all that bit, and now I'm going all the way along up like this, but small circular motions, do you see? And I'm creating, I can go back down again. I can go up. So I'm doing a really smooth, forget about that branch, we'll come back to that. It's just a really smooth underlayer, you see? And then when I've done that, then I can go in and I can go along the edge now, doing the same thing. Look, see? So I'm going over the top of what I just did, but you'll see that's how you get that graduation. It's using the same colour. I haven't used two colours, but straight away, see how it's starting to define it? And then what I did on this one, I went in with my pencil again, my faithful old HB, and I just toned it down. And her dress, you know what that is? That's I've only used these colours. I used the green pergoliner, and I just really, really lightly, I didn't want it too dark, see? I really, almost like hardly touching. And you'll see, as you do this, see? It changes it. It stops it being white. And what I wanted to do was do the background. Rather than colouring in the leaves, I've coloured in the background. And that's how I put the shade on the leaves, and then I put her. So if you look at the up close, I think I'll blog this in a minute, if you like, and I'll put the photo. I'll take a good photo of it, and I'll put it on my blog, barbaragrayblog.com. Okay, there, and you'll see how it's finished, and you can go into the details. So there you go. I think we'll call it a day though. An hour will do, hey? I've still got to do some recording for the TV shows on Sunday. Sunday, Ho Chanda, 2 to 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. We've got some really nice shows lined up, but I've got to do a few demos for the 6 p.m. show. So that requires a little bit of time and prep, and I'll sort my hair out. What else? I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I hope that you've enjoyed our trip to Japan. I think now we begin our colouring journey and we start weaving in colour into our pencil work. And you'll see that the last 5 weeks, all that shading that you've been learning, where and how and pressure, you'll just transfer that straight into colour. If we'd started with the colour, it would be a much rockier road. You wait and see this. So make sure that you get a good set of pencils. We sell the pergoliners. We sell the polychromos. It depends entirely which is best for you. If you've got other pencils, use those. Use what you've got, you know. But if you haven't, they are what I would recommend, because they work beautifully and they work together really nicely too. So I don't think there's anything else I want to tell you. Groovy Download is available. You can catch up on all this on YouTube, and there's a big folder on the Clarity page as well, Clarity Stamp page. So look for that. There's on Clarity Worldwide, there's a big folder on the website. It's everywhere. Just look, just put in SHAC and up it will come. Tell your friends to join us. There's plenty of seats, plenty of social space. Oh, come on, give us a stretch. Give us a stretch. Have you got a good plan for the weekend? Have you? I hope you're watching the telly on Sunday. Yeah, we're busy. We're busy. We're always busy. You stay busy. You stay with your hands. You get out of your head. It works for me. So stay safe. Thanks, Steve, for keeping us company. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you Monday at 10 o'clock, same place. And I've got something really nice lined up. It's percolating. So I'll see you then. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye now.